Hi everyone, it's Nisha. So today I thought I will shop my stash. I have so much stuff, obviously, you know, with buying new things every time they come out, that you forget about the things that you have and you love. So I thought I'd do full face of nothing new. So for my foundation, I've pulled out my Anastasia foundation. I haven't used it for such a long time that I don't even remember how much I like it or don't like it. I'm sure I like it, otherwise it wouldn't be still in my stash. And mine is in a 315N. So let's use that. I'm sure I like this foundation. I love the color of it. It's neutral, so it's not too yellow. Almost has a bit of olive in it, and I really like my foundations with olive undertones. Oh yes, I do like it. I remember now. It's a lovely foundation. It gives really good coverage, but it doesn't look heavy. I mostly apply my foundations with the Artist 7 brush. Love this brush. I know it's very expensive, but I use it every day. I actually try to buy, I've got another one, but it has slightly different shape for some reason. I try to buy another one, but it's not in stock anywhere, so I don't know if it's just because it's so popular or they're not doing this one anymore. I'm not sure. Lovely foundation. I remember now why I like it so much. It is very nice. It has nice, it is not matte, it is not luminous, but it has a nice fresh look. And also I have skincare, obviously. Today I've put underneath the Bobbi Brown vitamin enriched face base. I don't really use foundation primers as such. Now for my concealer, I looked at my concealers. I have so many concealers. I think I have more concealers than foundations actually. I don't know. Must have been a time where lots of new concealers came out. But I remember how much I like the Jeffree Star concealer, and mine is in 9C or C9. This concealer is so lovely. I love this color. I just like everything about it. It's a beautiful concealer. You know, I always first pat my concealer in with my finger, and then if I need to blend it a bit more, I use damp sponge, very slightly damp. When I use my sponge, once I've wet it and squeezed it out of excess water, I still put it a couple of times in a paper towel and squeeze more, because you don't want your sponge to be too wet, because instead of applying your makeup it will just soak it up. Yeah, this concealer is lovely. To set under my eyes, I am going to use the Mercier translucent powder. I haven't used it for ages, but I know that this is like a cult favorite of a lot of people, makeup artists as well. So I am going to use that under my eyes. And it is definitely beautiful powder. You need very, very tiny amount, well, unless you are baking, of course, which I don't do much of. I always set my eyebrows to get them ready, because you know, after moisturizer and foundation and all that, when you go to do your eyebrows, the pencil slides all over the place. And you know, I always set my face with mineral powder foundations, and my favorite for years was the Laura Mercier mineral powder. I always say powder foundation, but it has been discontinued a year or two ago, but I have few backups. So I have here the classic beige, and I've got tiny bit left. I've got some other colors, but of course I've been using Lily Lolo, but I thought as I'm shopping my stash, I use that. This was everything, this foundation. I have no idea why they discontinued it. The finish is so beautiful. I haven't been shopping anything for my brows because I only use 3 products and I've been using them for years. So what I do once I've done this, I put the Legendary Brows from Charlotte Tilbury. That's just to cover. I've got some greys. This one is in, I will put it in the description box, the color of it. Remember when I thought they discontinued it, so I bought a couple of backups, but it's not discontinued, it's still there. So I don't know, it was just, there was a time that I just couldn't find it anywhere. So I do that and I leave it to set so they get a bit stiffer, and then I do the rest of my face. So I've pulled out my old Hourglass Ambient Lighting Bronzer in Luminous Bronze Light. I actually have been using it on my eyes, you know, the quick bronze look that I do every day, because I just love that color. It's just the right color, but it is a gorgeous bronzer. And you know, even though it says bronze light, it's not that light at all. It's beautiful, this bronzer. It just melts with your skin so nicely because it's baked. You know, I do like baked products. For my blush, I've dug out MAC blush in Cheeky Pink, isn't it? Peachykeen, Cheeky Pink. Peachykeen. It's sort of a pinky coral, and you know that these are like my favorites, especially in summer. And again, you know, the type of blushes I like, they have a bit of sheen in it, not glitter, not like too highlighty, but this one has that. So yeah, I haven't used that one for ages, and it is a gorgeous blush. You know, you can just sometimes get stuck in a rut. Like for foundation, for months now, since I bought the Delilah Alibi foundation, I've been using it every day. And now I also use the Catrice one that I've reviewed not long ago, because that is a lovely, inexpensive foundation. So I haven't been using my other foundations. Okay, I'm just going to do my brows off camera because it's a pain in the butt. I have a video always linked under each of my videos, how I do my brows. It's quite old, but you know, it's the technique. It doesn't matter about the products. You use products that you like, although I think I'm using that in there. I can't remember about this. And right now I use e.l.f. Pencil in taupe. Right, my brows are done. This is soft brown. They used to be called different names. Mine used to be called Linda. And then someone told me it was called something different, but I couldn't find it at the time. So I found that one, which was called soft brown. So I am not sure, I'm confused, but this one works for me. Right, eyeshadow. I thought I have been really neglecting my Charlotte Tilbury palettes, you know, with me discovering Pat McGrath and Natasha Denona. I've been buying a lot of those and some drugstore ones. I completely stopped using my Charlotte Tilbury palettes. So today I don't want to do anything too out there. It will be so difficult for me because I'm going to the dentist later, so I don't want to have like a, you know, out there makeup look. I thought I tried the Desert Haze. This one I think might have been the latest one that I bought. This is all matte palette, and maybe I will mix it or add something sparkly from her Starry Eyes to Hypnotize. This one, maybe I add a sparkle or something from this one. On Rifa 27, I'm going to go to this lightest one and just apply it all over my lid. I don't like this eyeshadow, I remember, because it hardly shows, so it's probably good to just set your eye with it. You know, I like my pale matte eyeshadows to have a punch, so they really show. This one doesn't. Then I'm going to go to that second lightest. I'm going to use my MAC 17 as well and just apply it in my crease. It's going to be difficult not to do it very dark because her eyeshadows are so pigmented, so I have to be very careful. It's a lovely warm brown. Her eyeshadows are so beautiful. I don't think I've ever had a bad eyeshadow in her palettes, quality wise, you know. On Rifa 03, I'm going to go to the same eyeshadow and apply it on my lower lash line. In the pigmentation, you forget how brilliant it is. With that 217, I'm going to buff it out a bit. I just stuck that brush right in my eye. Now on a Rifa 13, I am going to go to this one, the third lightest, and just deepen my crease on it and apply it on my outer V, outer 7. I love it. You know, I want to like really go for it and make it even darker, but I am not even going to use the darkest one. Like I said, I don't want my dentist to think that I've just come back from a nightclub. Oh, these were the days. I remember when I was still in Poland, I was like 18, 19, you know. I used to go clubbing 3 times a week. Can you believe that? And in Poland, nightclubs used to be open till, I think it was at 4 in the morning, because we also every nightclub was selling food, so it would have like a, well, not every, but a lot of nightclubs, they would have like a restaurant bit with tables where you could sit, and then the dance floor separately, so you could always have dinner as well. And yeah, I used to go 3 times a week. And I remember when I had my first job, I would sometimes, so I used to go Wednesdays, Saturdays, Fridays and Saturdays. And like on Wednesday, for example, I would stay till 4 in the morning, go home for a couple of hours to sleep, then get up to go to work. I would die now. Right, let's try to maybe pack on this one. If I wanted to do all matte look, I do like a matte look. You see, I would like this to be much brighter. This is a Sonia G soft shader. Yeah, it's not bright enough, this eyeshadow, so I'll probably use something sparkly from the other palette. What shall we use? We've got here, I might use from the Dream Glow, this one here. Yeah. This palette would be perfect if this was brighter. I don't have any other palette here that has that sort of eyeshadow to show you, but you know what I mean. One that is really brightening. It's matte, but it's brightening, and it has good saturation, because that really opens up your lid. There. Still not very delicate, is it? Sorry, I can't do it. I just can't do it. I see people sometimes putting these really delicate, lovely makeup on, and you look so gorgeous. When I do that on me, I feel like, what's the point? It looks like I've got nothing on. Right, yes, I love this palette. I must use it more often. Now for mascara, I just remember I have this iconic London mascara. Does this one have any name, or do they just have one? I've got my glasses now because... Oh, this one is called Triple Thread mascara. I remember, I think, that this is really good mascara. It's got very thin, you know, plastic brush with very short bristles, so it brushes through every single lash. I have a gap here now. My lashes obviously have reached the optimal length now and are falling out, so for a couple of weeks, the new ones are already growing, but for a couple of weeks I will have a gap. The annoying thing is this one doesn't have a gap. They don't fall out at the same time. So this one has more lashes, this eye. So this, this mascara is more of a defining mascara. It doesn't give you too much volume and thickness, but yeah, you can build it up. It builds up really nicely. It doesn't clump. It's not too wet, so I do really like it. Okay, for my lips, not lipstick, because the ones that I like I use all the time, so it's not like I forgot about some lipstick, but the Charlotte Tilbury Iconic Nude. This used to be my favorite nude pencil for months. It looks like I have a lot of Charlotte Tilbury, but yes, Charlotte Tilbury is one of my favorite brands, although I don't really like her foundations. I like the, what is it, the one in a flat tube. I haven't actually used that for ages. Although I don't know if this is because you can see it's quite old. I've used a lot of it. If it dried out, because it's not as creamy, and I feel like I have to work at it. I think it might be because this one is quite old. It's a really nice cool brown. Fill my lips a bit with it. And Wayne Goss gloss in Hibiscus. This gloss is everything. And when I first got it, I loved it so much. I was wearing it every day. It's just like glass. So wet looking. Oh, so gorgeous. I think this is my favorite color of all his glosses. Okay, so that's the finished look. Very happy with it. Forgot how much I loved Anastasia foundation and the Charlotte Tilbury's eyeshadows as well. I love everything about it. There is a reason why I've kept it all. Okay, my lovelies, let me know if you enjoyed these videos, shopping my stash and using stuff that I already have. Obviously, I can't in every video do a foundation because the ones that I've kept, maybe I have 5 or 6 that I can reuse. But yeah, with like eye products, definitely. Although I have given away and donated a lot of eyeshadow palettes, not because I didn't like them, some probably I didn't, but some I just found that I'm not using them that much, so I don't actually have that many palettes now, I don't think. Well, there is still a lot, but not as many as I used to have. Okay, my lovelies, I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching and stay fabulous. Bye.